scar that you wish you could just erase. Maybe you fell down as a kid, or as I said earlier, recently maybe burned your hand and caused a scar. Our friend Dr. Dayan is here to talk to us about some of the latest technology in scar treatment. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure to be back.
There's a very cute commercial where this little girl falls down and she's got a little scar, and her mom uses one of the products here to help heal it. We can, like I said, all relate to this one.
Everyone's got scars, and we all have different options for treating those scars. And when you first get an injury, the best thing to do is keep that wound moist. When I was younger growing up, and I'm a lot older than you, my parents used to say keep it dry, let it dry out. And that's not true. You should really let it be moist.
Really?
So Vaseline, Neosporin, Bacitracin, these are some over-the-counter products. You can get them at Walgreens,
okay,
and these you should put on the scars.
So if there's a minor boo-boo, a kid falls down, this is immediately what you should try to use one of these.
Yes, don't let it scab.
Don't let it scab.
Don't let it scab. Put this ointment on there. And sometimes these can cause allergic reactions, about 5% of people. So Vaseline, actually inexpensive, cheap, easy to do.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have a more severe scar, or if you're older and you've been carrying a scar around for a while, you have to move up into some of the new advances in scar removal, and you have that with you.
In the past, we used to say wait a year, and then we'll treat the scar. But now we do something differently. This treatment, now this looks a little barbaric. Can you see this?
That looks like it would lead. Will it hurt me?
A little bit.
Okay, now I want to feel
it.
This this is, it's like little needles on it,
right? It's
got
tiny needles, and it actually goes into the skin. And it's kind of like, I'm not a gardener, but some people garden and they get air there. Ground. It does the same thing. I don't know if you can see that, but it makes tiny little holes in the skin, but it forces collagen to come up through that scar, and it makes the scar look a lot better.
Now, how often would you have to get a treatment?
I usually do it twice, 2 to 3 times a year, but if I start treating a scar early on, I can make it look really good.
And you say early on it would be almost immediate after you've got
within like a week or 2 of the injury.
Okay.
Whereas in the past, we used to wait a year. Now, within a week or 2 of the injury, I treat them with this.
Would that be painful, though?
Well, it's a little bit painful.
Do you give like some pain medication or something?
I numb people first, so they don't feel it when I do it.
Okay.
So,
interesting. Let me touch that again.
Okay.
I didn't touch the first
time. Be careful if you start bleeding. I don't want to.
Okay. I just want. Okay. They're very funny, David. That's interesting. Okay, next you have you have some before and after pictures. I'm sorry, that's the before and after pictures.
That's using this, right?
The roll sit, is that what it's called?
Roll kit, yeah.
Okay.
And that's acne scars, so we get a real nice improvement in our acne scars.
Oh, really? That is significant. Okay, next you have the Whisper laser.
Yes, now we're also using lasers much earlier on, and we can get a nice improvement if we use lasers really early on.
Again, what's early on?
Within a week or 2 of the injury, and then I'll treat them with the laser 2 or 3 times throughout the year. And I can make that scar almost look like it's never happened.
But what if I have an old scar? I mean, David's got some scars from when he was in his 20s. That was a long time ago. How do you get rid of those scars?
Older scars are more difficult to take care of. I can make them better, but it's not as easy, but I can make them better.
So we're going to put our laser glasses on, and we have a model. Mike, come on over here, Mike. Mike's got a scar. What's the deal with his scarring?
Okay, so Mike's had a scar on the side of his face, and it's been there for a little while now.
And how did it happen?
I got mugged.
Oh, so. I'm sorry to hear that. Were you okay?
Yeah.
How long ago?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago you got mugged. So it's a knife wound or something?
Yeah, it was a razor blade.
A razor blade wound. And it's 2 years ago, so is that considered old?
Well, I've been treating him periodically with the laser, and this is a much better result than he would have achieved had he not undergone the lasers.
Okay.
So we're still doing some of the treatment. So Mike, you put your goggles on there.
All righty.
And you're going to hear and feel and see the laser.
And will this hurt?
Well, he's not going to feel it because I've already numbed him a little bit.
Okay, you've numbed him a little bit. Okay.
Can you see that?
And this will cost you about $150 to $300 per treatment.
Somewhere around there. I just laser over it a few times.
Okay. 3 to 6 treatments on certain scars depending on the size and the location. All right.
And that's about it for the laser treatment.
So we're going to show before and after of Mike here. That's Mike's
so I don't know if you can see
before. Okay. And that's after a couple of treatments that he's had already from Dr. Dayan. Now we're going to go to the break, and I know you're going to do something else.
I'm going to fill it in with something, and then you'll see it even look better.
Okay, well, there you have it. If you want more information on the latest technology out there available for scar removal, you can go to myfoxchicago.com and get Dr. Dayan's information. But again, if it's a minor scar, some of the over-counter things, something as simple as Vaseline. Keep it moist. Don't let it dry out.
Don't let it dry out.
Next time your kid falls off the bike, remember that. Thank you, Mike. We're going to show Mike's results a little bit later. There you go, David. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Done by Dr. Dayan using the latest technology in lasers.
Yes, well, we use a laser first, but then I filled it in with a new product, recently FDA approved, called Juvederm, and it's really hot and it works wonderful. And if you take a look, I'm not sure if the camera can see here, but we filled in the scar. You virtually can't see it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Someone gets a really bad scar, I can make them look good pretty quickly.
How old is that scar?
Well, this scar is a little bit older, but I've been treating it routinely over the last year and a half. So as long as you start early and you treat it periodically, I can make it look very well.
But there are limits, right? Because I mentioned to you
Yes.
before, I have some scars on my arm, and these are a little too deep and too long in the arm to do any good.
Yeah, that's, if someone's had an old scar for a long time, it's already white, and it's real, what we call mature scar, it's a lot harder to treat and doesn't work as well.
I know you're happy, Mike, because I mean that has to just be the worst. You said you were mugged and someone cut you with a razor, and you have to live with that. First of all, what happened in your head, and then have that scar. You want it gone.
Yeah, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, looks good.
It looks great.
Good. All
Good
right.
for
Well,
you.
if you want
Good
more
stuff.
information, you can always go to our website, myfoxchicago.com, to get the details on Dr. Dayan, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, next, Walter Payton's son, Jarrett, joining us live.